kind of stuff you hear, right? When one of these homicides, suicides, familicides occurs, this is often what we see. This came out of nowhere. Nobody could have predicted this. This was the last person on earth who I would have thought would do this type of thing. And I can kind of understand this mentality because I know somebody personally who committed a murder-suicide, and I wouldn't have thought that this person would have done this either. I mean, this was a very successful, intelligent, well-established university professor. And I really, as everybody else in his life was fooled by him. But I really knew when I heard that he had killed his wife and himself that what I was seeing on a day-to-day basis when I saw him when I was in graduate school was his facade. It was his mask. And nobody else except for perhaps his partner knew what was going on behind that. So these cases are really kind of the holy grail of threat assessment. These cases that nobody could have seen coming, right? This is not the guy who the cops are at his house every week because he's beating his wife bloody in the street. That's not this guy. That's not the kind of person who does this sort of thing and some of the other things you're going to hear about today. They are the ones who fly under the radar. And what do you think most intimate partner homicide victims sought help from in the year before their death? Saw the cops. About half of them saw the cops. Well, and that's a good guess, and you think that because many people attend weekly religious services, that they would have contact with their clergy, but it's such a tight number to get because the confidentiality doesn't allow us to know. Medical. The answer is medical. About 80% of them saw medical. That's not to say that they saw them for domestic violence-related injuries. It's to say that there was an opportunity. There was a window right there where somebody could have asked that woman, "Are you safe at home?" When I was pregnant with my children and I was receiving prenatal care, they asked me all the time, "Are you safe at home?" And I said, "Well, thank you for asking me. I'm glad you're asking, but why are you only asking the pregnant women? Why aren't we asking everybody?" So there's definitely a shift that needs to occur in the medical community. They are letting people slip through their net a lot. So it's something to keep in mind. What state do you think is the highest female homicide rate? It's not this one.
Texas.
Texas is probably up there. It actually varies. One year it'll be one state, and the next year another state will surpass them. But it always volleys back and forth between the southern states. And Nevada is currently #1, and Alaska. So those states are all constantly jockeying for position. You will find that states that have looser gun laws and states that have more rural populations, you'll find that they have a higher partner homicide rate. So sometimes in intimate partner, in threat assessment, we talk about high frequency, high impact. And the high frequency, high impact would say, for example, threats to the President of the United States. He receives about 50,000 a year, but none of them are followed through with. So this is a situation where it's high frequency, low impact. But when we talk about low frequency, high impact, we're looking at something like the Virginia Tech massacre. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, it's big. I believe, as I've said, that intimate partner homicide with crossover into mass murder is on the rise. I believe it's on the rise, high frequency, high impact. Something that we need to be looking out for as threat assessment practitioners, because you will see it in a lot of different areas. One of the things that we know about domestic violence in general is that it's highly underreported. Only about a quarter of domestic violence is actually reported. And there are about 10 incidents on average before the first report. So people aren't going to the police the second that it happens, the very first time they get pushed by their partner or slapped by their partner, they're not going to the police. They're waiting until it gets bad. So that's what we see in terms of reporting. In intimate partner violence, as a victim, you know that everything has repercussions. Every single thing you say and you do is coming back on you. And you know that. So when the lethality is increased, the risk increases for the victim to come forward. And so that's something that when we're looking at victims who are released